Well, Senator Ndume joins us now. You heard him there speaking candidly about the budget. Well, he is here, a majority leader in the Senate. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Well, you were firing up there.
No,
saying,
I'm not firing. I was not firing. I was just telling them the truth. I mean, this country, we trivialize big issues. That's my worry. We don't trivialize serious issues like budget or issues that affect the nation, and then you media people will start trivializing it. I get disappointed in that when it comes to that, honestly.
But
because everybody has a responsibility. You're a Nigerian, you're sitting down here talking to me. There can't be 2 Senate leaders. That's why I'm there. But you can be. I'm sure you're up to 35, all right? So you're qualified to be a senator. And if you're a senator, it means you're qualified to be the Senate president or the Senate leader. So everybody has to do his job. But when we do it right, then things get wrong. You know,
after that, we then saw the stories about how the budgets were, they used different words. Doctor, ministers came on and said, look, some of these figures are strange to us. Were you disappointed afterwards, after what you had said about the budget?
No, not really, because I'm an insider. I know what went through from the beginning and to the time we got to where we are. In fact, I was expecting that, because even when the budget was prepared, we were involved. I'm the leader of the Senate. And I'm also, I relate with the executive quite well. And this is first of its kind even.
When the budget was doctored?
No, not doctored as such. I don't want you to, let me take you there. When the government, this government of change took over under the President Muhammad Buhari, you know, it took some time before the ministers were appointed. I think around November before we cleared them all there. And then we had this issue of the budget. You have to prepare the budget. And this government is a new government that wants to own the budget. You know, owning the budget means that you do it, and they have now the new concept of zero budget. Okay, so when budget was to be prepared, we were thinking that we would even extend the time to March as we extended the budget, so that the budget can be presented even before the end of March, before, you know, in 2016. But then we had that constitutional issue. The Constitution says the budget must be presented before the end of December. And therefore, the government has to do that. Remember, our first date for budget, receiving the budget from the President at joint session was to be 17th. And we had to shift it to 22nd. In fact, most members of the National Assembly were prepared to go for the Christmas break. And we had to beg them, convince them that we have to stay. This is a national assignment, very important. And they say, okay. Now, so the government was hurrying up to present the budget. And we said, just present the bill and then do the details later. So that was what actually happened. When the bill was presented, the budget was presented, and hurriedly, and knowing that it was done hurriedly, the government went on to do what they call, or what I call, the integrity check, to make sure that the figures that are there are really what is a reflection of what the government wants.
So are you implying that there was nothing like padding?
No. The padding issue came up during defense. As every MDA come before the Senate or the appropriation committee to defend their budget, and they look at the details, now the details of the budget, there were some discoveries here and there, even from the ministries. You understand?
Because that's the budget. What kind of discoveries?
That's like Minister of Health. I give you an example. The minister came up and he said he saw a strange figure that he is not aware of. And that is an honest revelation. And there is nothing wrong with that. In fact, that is why the budget is being processed. That is the work of the National Assembly, to do integrity check, do the details check, see when there is a budget and the allocation, whether it is fair, like in works. We discover that the allocation of the total allocation for works power is over 400 million. That of works, I can't remember the figure, but I am one of those that asks some people to do a run-up of the budget, that is by zone. And we discover that Southwest is overloaded. or is, you know, with budget, like Lagos-Ibadan Express Road has about 30 billion, and then Maiduguri, Kano, Maiduguri, in that axis where I come from, you know, from Kano to Maiduguri has a total of 16, and we say, no, that is not fair if you look at the distance. So these are the kind of things that we do. So we sit down, you have senators from Southeast arguing that, oh, no, Ibadan, Lagos is very, very important. The traffic there is more than your own in there. This is what we do in the budget. But so that when, at the end of the time, what will come out will represent, that is what we are supposed to be, representative of the people, representing different interests. So we go there, I'm pulling for Northeast. Somebody from, like Solomon Adeola in Lagos will be pulling for Lagos, and the person in Ogun, like Tajoso, will be doing that of trying to protect the interests of Ogun. That's how it is. Then we balance it at the end and we come up with the budget.
In all of this, you know, we've had different views and opinion concerning the budget. In your words, you said we should be very careful not to trivialize it. But weren't you surprised when the president also said he will deal, or that those who padded the budget
will be dealt
with, punished?
Yeah, I support that.
That's an admission that it was padded.
That's an admission that something happened to the budget.
I told you, I'm not saying that it was not padded, but it was not like a deliberate thing. If it were deliberate, then it wouldn't be an issue. The president is surprised that some guys would just go and put in some money somewhere with the hope that they would just pull it out or do whatever.
That makes it,
remember,
that makes
wait.
it deliberate.
No, it is, no. If you want, I don't want, if you, anybody that padded the budget must have done it deliberately. But what I don't want, what I don't agree with, it's not like it's a deliberate thing from either the executive or on our part, the legislators. But somewhere along the line, somebody did something which is wrong and unacceptable. That's what the president is saying. And whoever did that should be, after investigation, punished. And I support that.
You know, you've been, sorry, Nyota, you've been in the House of Representatives. That is why it's even good that you're here. You've been in the House of Representatives.
I was in the opposition also.
It doesn't matter, but you were there.
I was in, yeah, that's what I just want to give you.
Okay. You actually started from ANPP or APP, right?
APP. We started APP and then it became ANPP. I happened to be the minority leader. Then after that, I moved over to what I call sabbatical leave in PDP. And I came to the Senate.
To PDP.
So I went for sabbatical leave.
That's a journey. So that I don't lose this. I'm looking at the experience you must have gathered over the years in the House of Representatives and now with the Senate. Looking at previous budgets,
yeah,
have you ever encountered any issue concerning maybe someone somewhere trying to pad the budget between when it left the executive and coming to the legislature? Have you experienced such paddings before?
Not in the real sense. Let me explain. This is the first time in 16 years a budget is done by a new government and the government of change. And I say this with almost a sense of humility, and it's not because I'm part of the APC government or the governing party. But this is the first time we have a president that wants to honor and wants to do it the way it should be done. Previously, we didn't have budget in a real sense. For the past 16 years that we have of government, I cannot remember where budget was prepared and implemented up to 60%. Where budget is prepared based on certain principles like what we have now, and the budget, the government is saying that we want to do a budget, zero budget. This is the first time. This is the first time government is saying, take your time, look at the figures very well, and do your job. This is the first time a president is saying that. So this is different. It won't be comparable with the previous things, because this is a new way of doing it.